Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the 1 in 5 trick, and we're going to use Gateway's song Something Good from their Greater Than album to apply the 1 in 5 trick. So even though Something Good is normally in the key of A on the recording, I'm going to do it in the key of C just to accommodate my voice and to make the theory maybe a little bit easier to think about at first. So with the 1 in 5 trick, if we're in the key of C, your 1 is C and your 5 is G. And so basically what this trick is you can pretty much just play just these two notes over most chords in this style of music, and it certainly works in Something Good. So if you think about it, if I was to view the C and the G as a one chord, I have basically just a triad in root position, C, but no third, right? So it's just an open fifth, basically, what I'm playing there. Now, if I was to play the 6 chord, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in my right hand thumb just so you can see it. What I have there is the 6, and then the third of the chord is present. There, the fifth of the chord is not there, and that's common for the fifth to be omitted sometimes. And then I have the 7th of the chord. So what I have there is a 6 minor 7 chord with no 5. Now, oftentimes we think about our 6 chord being a 1 over 6. So in this case, I'm playing 1 with no third. And then when I play the 6, I'm still playing that one with no third over 6. So that's a couple of different ways to think about it. Theoretical being it's an A minor 7 chord with no fifth, but like a practical way to think about it is it's 1 over 6, and you just aren't playing the third of the one chord. All right, now let's think about it from a 4. So if I was playing it a 4 underneath, you've seen this chord many times when we play our chord exercise. And all this is that chord there, just without the F in the right hand. It's only in the left hand. So that's our 4 add 2 chord. And of course, when we say add 2, we always mean to add the G. So I have the 1 and the 5. I have no third, but I'm adding that 2. It just happens to be on top here. And then just other than that, there's just the 5 chord. So for this song anyway. So I have the 5 chord. And with this, if we were to think about the root being G, you see that C is the 4th of G. And remember that whenever we do not have the 3rd and we do have the 4th, that's known as a sus chord. And in this case, we also don't have the 5th of the chord, which would have been D. So with this 1 in 5 trick, I can basically play the C and G over C, which is just an open fifth, over 6, which makes it a minor 7 chord with no fifth, over the 4 chord, which makes it a 4 add 2 with no third, which is common in our 4 add 2 chords, and then a 5 sus chord with no fifth. Okay, and so now to actually start playing the song, just know with Gateway's Something Good, you're going to have this rhythm in your right hand. That's really fun to play, but it's a little bit hard to sing with in certain parts of the song. So it's a really good exercise for putting the voice with the hand. But first, let's just learn what to play in the piano. So the chord progression goes 6 for 2 bars, 4 for 2 bars, and then 1. And I turned my metronome on there and meant to mention I have it on 116, so that's my beats per minute. So here's the intro, and notice the rhythm of the right hand. 1, 2, and ready, go. When I'm in, and then that goes to the beginning of the song. So with my right hand there, I'm playing 1, and then on the end of 2, and then on 4. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Notice when I'm counting 2, I say 2. And this helps me put the second note that I play in the right hand, in the right spot. So even when I'm not saying it, I'm actually thinking it. I'm still even thinking it when I sing and play at the same time too. So that's the rhythm of the right hand. Left hand just plays on one, and then the next thing to do is to add the voice. Okay, so here's the beginning of the song, and I'm only going to do one pass on the intro for the sake of time. 2, ready, go. When I'm in the roughest water, I won't go under, I won't drown. When I'm in over my head, I know that you won't let me down. When I'm broken and down to nothing, I know that you are always up to something good. Okay, and so you can hear that there's a couple of places in here that are difficult to sing and play at the same time, or at least relatively difficult. So when I start the verse, when I'm in the roughest water, I won't go under, I won't drown, right there. And then later in the second phrase, let me down. When I'm over my head, I know that you won't let me down. So on I won't drown and let me down, you're going to notice something called rhythmic dissonance. So you're going to have notes in your voice that are moving slightly before or after what you're playing in your hand. And that is your job now to determine what that is, and we'll certainly talk about that in your lesson as well. When I'm broken is easy enough, and down to nothing, that's easy enough. I know that. That's the next place that people often have problems. You are always up to something good. So just a couple of practice tips is you can try just starting right on those places. And remember, even though it's frustrating sometimes to figure out how to do that, it's worth the practice time because it really helps your brain to process the information that you're working on. So, when I'm in the roughest water, I won't go on. So maybe right on the word un, or the syllable un. Under, I won't drown. You'll practice just starting right there. So I didn't do that so well. Give me one more chance. 1, 2, ready, go. Under, I won't drown. Yeah, so like that. And what I'm saying to you is you're going to notice that the rhythm that you're singing in your voice is just slightly different than what you're playing in the piano, which is hard. That makes it hard to put it together. Now, same deal. You can start right on you. You won't let me down. 2, ready, go. You won't let me down. I'm going to do that one more time. 2, ready, go. You won't let me down. All right. And the other only place left in the excerpt that I just did was on I know that. So that starts on the 4 chord. 2, ready, go. I know that you are. So we'll do that one more time. It's a hard place to start on, but again, remember that for practice purposes, this is an effective, efficient way to practice. So you're going to start right on the 4 chord, and then you'll come on in on I know that. 2, ready, go. I know that you are always up. See, that's easy, but you're going to do it again here. I know that you are always up to something good. You'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. I know that you are always up to something good. Yeah, so that's the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. With the chorus that I just did, you'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. Again, usually the problem I see with people is I know that. So it's really 2 spots here. Is in the verse, it's I won't drown and let me down, and then in the chorus and in the pre-chorus going into the chorus, and then the rest of the chorus, it's every time you say I know that, those 3 places. are a little tough. The only other section of the song is the bridge, and the bridge is actually, for most people, is much more straightforward. So you basically have two places that you need to practice, and we'll talk more, if needed, about how to analyze the rhythm of what you're playing versus what you're singing, and rectifying that, or reconciling that rhythmic dissonance, or at least performing it with integrity. So hope this video on Something Good helps.